Yo, what is up? Welcome back, guys. Solid Squeeze, what's up, man? Matt, Alan, what's good, bro? You guys doing?
Before I even...
Alright, Yo, what's up? Stankster, Kaiser, Joe, Devin, Alf, what's up, man? Maddie, Matt, Marlon, Droops White, Old Habits Diecast, what's up, brah? Learn and educate, my guy, what is good? Alright. Bro, we are looking good, man. We are looking good. Spy's doing a little reversal. As expected, guys, I am shocked here with the level that we were tracking here on the Spy. Yeah, I talked about that 374 that was going to be the bottom. So I wonder if this is the bottom. If this is the bottom, guys, this was like pretty fucking spot on with that low. And I'm thinking that this is going to be the bottom for a little while. It actually it seems like just the current setup that we're in, we're gonna get this sort of spring effect here. Volatility on the Spy did reach a pretty high level, and typically when that happens, there's a gap to fill on the volatility scale as well. So I track that a lot here with the Spy in the market, as well with all these other stocks, AMC, and there is a possibility here that we do get a massive push to the upside, possibly something like this back here. February 24th, you got this massive spring effect in the following days after this dip. So I see that here, man. I see that here. We also have this level right here. If we go to the 4-hour chart, okay, you can see that right off the bat with this trend line right here. Okay, what is this trying to do? These are wicks that just briefly came in and got canceled out by the bars, right? So that's kind of like what we're getting here, guys. It's we're trying to come back into this channel, hopefully fill this gap here, not only on the daily chart, but I mean the 4-hour chart here. There's not a lot of gaps really happening here, and they do get filled very quickly. We come back here. Okay, here's one that we filled very quickly the following days. Same with this right here. Multiple gaps got filled in, very quickly. So it is quad witching week. You guys know how that works. Quad witching is high volatility, okay? High volatility in the markets. So I am expecting just a lot of different stocks going up and down very quickly. Yeah, dude, just because of the current market state that we are on this bear trend, and we're trying to get this reversal here for the long term, I do see some volatility here in the next couple of days. So let's track AMC. Bro, this music is... Alright, I'm down for this. I'm down for some jazz, bro. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Yeah, make sure you guys leave a like as you're coming in. We got 9 likes and 63 viewers. What is good? My dude. You gotta slap that shit. Okay. All right. So we did get a wick here. Right? We touched it just very briefly. We touched it, guys. We didn't even come like close from these bars here. So if you guys saw the weekly scenario, it was calling for this level. I had an early push down and sort of closing around this range, possibly going up towards the end of the day. So right now we are seeing the price action go up, which is good. And I do see us continuing this trend to the upside. I think for this week, what I'm looking for is a potential push to the 13.75, possibly $14 range in the short term. So going into tomorrow and Wednesday, I am tracking that level, possibly Thursday, and then a bit of a breather, right? I do see this can happen early on, okay? Or it could happen early next week. But I do see a major push after that because we know that next week, guys, the cycle is picking up volatility signals for the 22nd and the 23rd. So I am looking for that $22 level, okay, on this resistance. And right now, where is the pattern we were tracking yesterday? First point of interest. Here we go. Perfect. All right, so we were tracking this guy yesterday. Again, we got that push down, and we're getting that bounce right now. So this could be a pretty decent opportunity. Not financial advice, but I did start a Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, just make sure you click the link below. I did just post the first option strategy on there, so if you want more information, just click the link below. It is an AMC option strategy that I have built in for this specific scenario. Okay, I will be posting other ones as well. It's not just going to be AMC. There's going to be a lot of different stocks that I'm going to be tracking on that page. Okay. All right, SPY is making a comeback. It's good. All right. What is good, man? Kramer just said he's bullish. I'd take that, take that shit very lightly too, man. The whole thing with Kramer, because that is I had said it's a dangerous self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you put too much focus on that, it's gonna bite you in the ass one of these days, man, for sure. Even though like there is a correlation, right? Some people like are tracking like an inverse like Kramer ETF or whatever. I'm like, dude, like be careful with that shit, because I think it's at some point, he's gonna say something like pretty huge, and that's how they do it, guys, with these little trends that we got going on here. He'll say something on AMC or GameStop, and then people will be like, yo, he said he's bullish. That means he's bearish, right? So be careful with that, because they might use that against us in the future. You don't want them doing that, CFATS, what's up, man? John, what is good? All right. Yeah, we do have a shareholder meeting next week. That could potentially be one of those catalysts that does affect the price action to the positive, in the positive direction. We know that 9 out of 10 it won't play out in our favor, but most when we are tracking these volatility signals, it's important to understand what is going on around there from like a fundamental perspective. Even though I don't believe that fundamentals do absolutely anything to AMC. I ignore fundamentals completely, because this is purely driven and manipulated by a higher entity, right, with a lot of fucking money. So I think it's all coordinated according to the agenda these guys have, and then they fit in these catalysts according to that, right, to make it seem like, yo, this is bullish, like the price action is going up, when in fact it's all predetermined, right? That's the whole game here. So yes, that could be one of those, that they sort of bring into the picture, but and if they say something pretty bullish, that might kick things off here and in the cycle, right? Things to be going up. So in the short term, I do see a steady climb up, and then the volatility climb would happen right on that 22nd, maybe 23rd, is when you're going to get that big day, in my opinion, right? If things don't happen this way, guys, we're going to have to sort of... I talked about this scenario yesterday because, we got to take this stuff pretty lightly. You still have to consider that, things don't always have to play out to the upside. They could play out to the downside. And I did bring up this parallel triangle here that we were tracking. Now, this is obviously, to me, it's more bullish. Like, I don't think this is bearish at all. But this is taken from that parallel channel that we were tracking, the yearly parallel channel that tracks these 120-day sections here. And these are spread apart a year apart from each other, right? And AMC likes to basically gravitate back towards this blue channel. Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're right here on this red channel. And we haven't broken down or up. Okay, I think we're going to break, to the upside, because everything just lines up here with the way this curve line is spaced out with these dates. So it's very, very bullish to me. But we do have to consider this back here, right? Because what happened back here and up here, I mean, these are noise in the cycle. This is considered noise in the cycle. It's high volatility, meaning that they could have shorted the price back down to $1, or we got an increase in price, right, to 77. So it's the same thing back here. If things do cross back down, there could be a range that we trade down here for a little while. This is worst case scenario, guys, okay? I don't see us, after this, we would actually get a run up like what happened back here. Before we reached $1.90, okay, we traded down here for 120 days before going up. And this is that October point of interest at, the later point of interest that we're tracking in case the July-August scenario is not something that plays out. Again, I do believe that is the more... things are more likely to play out that way, but we still got to consider the next point of interest just in case, okay? All right, Amy, what you doing? I'm liking this price action, though, right now, dude. This is looking real good. Okay, it's steady climbing, setting up. I mean, after this dip, this is the massive dip from 12, a whole dollar here in a matter of minutes, and it's climbing back. So things are looking pretty good. All right. SPY, trading sideways. Okay. Dude, it was so funny. Like, I was looking at, where is it? Is it right here? See if I can paste it. Nope, that's not it. So, I was like curious about this setup here because this looked like GameStop to me. And I track a lot of different fractals, guys, when I'm doing like intraday, tracking and stuff. I pull up a lot of different patterns because they give you natural fib levels. And I was tracking GameStop because this looked very similar to, let's see if I can pull it up. the macro GameStop chart, man. On the 2-hour. This guy right here, this entire thing is very similar. Let's see if it... Oh, look what it did. Look what it did. Something I don't like it doing. Oh, look, it lined it up for me. Nice. Look at that shit. Currently playing out pretty nicely. You guys, with fractals, there's going to be a section where it starts, right? You ignore basically a big part of it, where cycles are separated from one another. So you ignore those and track the ones that have flow. So right now what's going on is this thing is tracking, or was tracking the GameStop cycle and hitting those levels of support and resistance. Now, I would take this lightly, right? We don't want to take this chart and then compare it to GameStop and say that things are going to come back down. There's a lot more that goes into that. Now, there is for GameStop specifically, you have to understand that recently it did run up a lot higher than AMC return-wise, meaning that when these two will, trade against each other, on the micro of things, one is going to run up faster than the other and gross in a higher profit, right? So with that being said, okay, there is, a possibility that GameStop does come down a little bit more as AMC is just trading sideways in the next couple of days, and comes back down to this $100 level before curling back up. Okay, that is something that I did have on that cycle tracker as well. It's more that bearish scenario that is still bullish for the the June run up here towards the 22nd, but it does call for a little bit of a push down. So we'll keep tracking that as well, but it is something to consider here if things don't just start to curl back up again to move to the upside, right? Amy looking good. Alright, dude, I need to change this playlist. This is some, commercial shit. I mean, I'm down, but, dude, give me some, Bro. What's going on? What is going on? Give me that shit. Yo. I want that funky mood. Come on. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for this. You like napping during market hours, Dana? Oh, man. Yes, I'll do a quick update on DWAC as well. Okay, so important thing to note here on DWAC, Digital World. Okay, so we had on the cycle tracker that I posted yesterday on the Patreon, you guys saw the volatility signal was on that June 13th, okay? Obviously, we had a dip in price, right? So those alerts, you guys have to remember that volatility, when there's major volatility, it can come back down very quickly or up very quickly. It's something that where you have to consider a lot more things if you're going to be on the bullish or bearish side. Now, what I do see though, however, since this is since it is quadruple witching week here, there are 37,000 puts, okay, at the $10 strike for DWAC out of the money. Okay, now this, obviously there's a lot more that goes into that. You have to consider the ones that are, you know, these are just a $10 strike, guys. There's a lot more that are out of the money, and actually max pain for DWAC this week is at 60. So to me, it's a little bit, I'm a little bit skeptical about the whole thing, because there's also a lot of options out of the money. But I feel a move coming, a very nasty move coming to the upside or downside in the short term, because of that, because of how many options there are out of the money on both sides of the spectrum. So, and look, man, volume is also increasing after it being dry for a little while. Volatility is increasing, so this is good news. But yeah, that is DWAC for you. The volatility signal was there. It did. There are certain strategies you can make to make money on just volatility, and that is basically buying puts and calls. Typically more out of the money, and because you're buying or you're trying to profit from that volatility. So it's good to really either direction. Anything that is closer to out of the money in that range is going to be in your benefit for sure. So there are ways you can do that. I am going to post strategies like that on the Patreon, so that you can sort of minimize your risk by just tracking that volatility, right? Instead of just buying calls or puts. There are multiple ways you can do it. It's fun stuff. Man, SPY intraday. These two almost look like they look pretty similar, but no, they don't. All right, Amy's taking a bit of a dip. I will let you guys know that when I track the volatility on Amy, okay, when she's doing some weird shit like she was today, there was a volatility spike on the charts here on TD Ameritrade, and it was a bullish volatility spike, which sometimes does help in predicting the short-term moves. So that is a bullish indicator for me. Looking at that right off the bat, it was a quick spike. It just did it again. Wow. Okay, just did it again. Here, give me a sec. I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see it. All right, see if I can pull it up here. Here we go. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see it. So this is AMC's chart, okay? This right down here is the volatility on AMC. Okay, as you can see, it's very, very, very smooth here. The past couple weeks, just been pretty sideways on the volatility. But when you start to focus on these like volatility spikes, they definitely indicate stuff, man. Because right here, for example, very quick you can see it's not really correlating with the trend. It's just a quick spike up, comes back down. This is something that we looked at before the March 29th scenario, the run up that we had. There was a bunch of these spikes on implied volatility very quickly, up and down. So, and that typically indicates that people are, exercising puts or calls depending on the direction that you see it happening, right? So right here we had one, we run, right? Literally the day after that, we start running. Back here there was one, a bit of volatility the day after, but you still see an uptrend. Where's the other one that I was looking at? There's one right here, which is very similar to the one that we are looking at right now. You see a downtrend, volatility spike, and then the next day we run, from 15 bucks all the way to 16. You just had, look at how big these are. Look at how fucking big these are, dude. 1, 2. I mean, dude. This is this is pretty insane. Pretty insane. So this is probably a bullish indicator here for me in the short term. Just because, again, we were tracking this for the March 29th scenario, and when the price action was, it was when we were trading at 12 bucks, and this thing ran from 12 to 34 in a matter of 2 weeks. So, this is weird, very weird, very odd. We're getting some contracts being exercised. What does that mean, guys? Welcome, guys, to the channel. AMC. Fucking volatility, man. Alright. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is that, like, Casio music, bro, you get on that low keyboard. Alright. What up, Tom? Alright, let's bring back the other source. Take that guy out, since I showed you guys what I was looking at here for that volatility. SPY is still on this lower range here. It's been on this for a little while. But I still see that reversal happening here. It'd be really weird, man, if the SPY kept dipping tomorrow. You guys have to also look at the Fed meeting we're gonna have. The rate hikes that's coming out on Wednesday. So with all that, you have to consider if everything's priced in or not. And what I think is happening is that this is a bear trap currently in the markets. This is a bear trap. And if we start to get a push today going into Wednesday, they might take that as an opportunity to have have another dip, potentially have another dip around that Wednesday mark, and a fake out dip to the upside, right? So something like this. We start going up, say we go up tomorrow, we trade right here for a little bit, and then we come back down because of the hike, right? They always want to scare people on that, and then we just loop back up again. I'm going to show you guys a pattern I was tracking here on the SPY and how accurate it's been. That pattern that I was tracking predicted this massive crash right here. I've been tracking it for about a week. Let's pull it up. Where is it? There's a couple. There was like 2 I was tracking that were looking very similar. There was this one. This is one of them. And then there's also this one right here. And this is the one that I've been paying more attention to because the fib levels are respected a lot more than the other ones. This is the 374 target that we had. Again, this is what kind of blew my mind because we had been tracking this target, since way back here, prior to this, 380 dip, we just didn't quite get there yet. We got this sort of like dead cat, which looks like a dead cat, could be a dead cat, but I believe it's the bottom, right? These are again natural fib levels, and we just hit that 374, dude. So this might be ready to fucking continue its ride back up. I would not be surprised if we have a continuation here. Now it might not look this quick. Remember, patterns are just, for example, right back here, this one was actually a lot quicker compared to the pattern, right? This could take a couple days, right, before coming back up here. As long as we hit these levels where you see the price, hit a resistance or support level, that is what we're looking at here with these patterns. So wouldn't it be nice, man, if the chart just looked like this? Dude, this would be fucking awesome. All right, let's see. All right, SPY's dipping again. 376. I wonder if it's going to do a double bottom here. And sort of burn all these, all these calls. All of these calls intraday. Could potentially be a setup here. It is 210. The SPY got the zones that we track here on the SPY is going to be the first 5 minutes after power hour. So 205 going into 215, and then we have 235 as 235, and then sometimes 242-ish around there. Those are going to be levels that I always track on expiration date, just because the SPY likes to, especially now, SPY likes to move up and down very quickly around those time frames. Yes, I agree. But it needs to bounce. It needs to bounce, bruh. There might be tomorrow is probably when we're gonna get that last, probably double bottom or bounce before making a push up. Both with AMC and the market, right? Trying to see where did I put that pattern. Yeah, and we are going into the, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but the blue pattern is what is currently playing out right now as we speak. You can see right here. Okay. We always stretch out the patterns that we track. We always stretch them out in height so we can see what's going on, because you most of the time when you're dealing with currently right now, if you're tracking the cycle is obviously taken from back here. So, $77, and it is, we shrink the height on purpose so you can see everything that's happening, as long as you don't mess around with the time frame. Okay, so the actual time and length, then it's considered a pattern, not a fractal. So that's fine, but we always stretch it out so you guys can see how these line up with each other. And we are nearing. This is why I believe, guys, we are going to climb here on the blue pattern, because the blue pattern is typically works pretty hardcore, man, on that dark pool trading. So we see the blue pattern always replicating the moves very, very accurately. So for example, right here, the dark pool was working that overtime, right? We got this pattern. Okay, you can see that it plays out inverse on this portion right here, but volatility you would track right here and right here. As it starts to move up, it looks identical, but you want to track these levels, okay? This is also the blue pattern, the green pattern. These are reflections of the actual run-up, okay? They look identical to the run-up. So as the algorithm is trading these patterns, you naturally get, if you see it coming nearby, you naturally get volatility. So you know that that is where you want to apply, these conclusions, right, to the price action that you're tracking if you're bearish or bullish, because you are nearing that zone. So the fact that we're coming up here very close to the blue pattern is bullish to me, just based on the current setup. Also tracking everything else that we're looking at, the regression trend. We have I'm going to pull up real quick the regression cycle here. Okay, this is also the blue portion is coming up, which lines up with the blue pattern, and it is potentially, if we do start to climb up very quickly, we could get that bounce right here at 22. Before coming back down again, right? Or a push up, man, a push up and a macro projector pattern. Go watch that video that I posted yesterday if you want a little bit more information on how that works. Oh shit, bro, is like the fucking SPY squeezing right now? The fuck? Oh shit, what the fuck? Yo, did you guys see that shit? Hold up a second. Yo, these fucking candles right now are insane on AMC and... Okay, let's go intraday. Guys, what the fuck was that? Talk about volatility, man. Look at that. What the fuck? Insane. And the SPY did it too. Look at that. Hey, man. This is good. It's good, but I mean, at the same time, like, very quick spike to the... Like, this thing went from 11:35 to 11:52 in like 2 seconds, dude. The whole market, man. What the fuck, man? The fuck was that? Was there news? Dude, I didn't get any news. They release news and just not fucking tell me, bro. Bro, that's insane. That's a big spike, man, here. On literally everything. It was like, it wasn't just the bro, it was everything. Everything went up at the same time. Whoa. Yo. I like that. I really like that. Okay, Amy, are we gonna go up now? I'm fucking down. Let's do it. Yeah, Amy's setting up, baby. Amy is setting up, baby. Alright, let's see. Amy, what you gonna do? Amy, what you gonna do, bro? What a fake out, man. What a fake out. I wonder if any other stocks have started to like explode after that. All right, man. Someone's algo went bye. Bye what? No, said bye. Man, that's funny. Bro. What up, Joe? How you doing, man? Alright, well, we're here, man. We're here doing it. Waiting for Amy. Amy to make that push. Make that push. You gotta have some music, man. You gotta have some music. You know what's nice though, guys. Like even though the market dipped the way it didn't take Amy down with it. Um, I guess how people were expecting it to, because with with the way the market dipped, like normally you would have seen Amy like completely come back down, like possibly even break this level back down here to 850 or something, and it didn't do that. So, clearly like these institutions, the long institutions, are trying to keep the price here on purpose for some reason. Um, so, bro, that's very bullish. That is very fucking bullish to me. You gotta track, when you start tracking negative beta, man, on the SPY, that is a signal. Should be considered because, typically when we see that happen, we do get drastic moves in the short term. So, Amy ready to pop, dude. She ready to pop. Oh yeah. Waiting for the cycle. So we're waiting for that point of interest to play out here. It is happening in the short term. I do have a time frame that I'm currently tracking for the next couple of days. The price action should start to increase slowly, and get to a level where we're likely to really kick off, man. On that 22nd, 23rd is when I'm looking at the peak at $22. But yeah, take that with a grain of salt, guys. You have to consider the downside possibilities as well, for sure. If you want a little bit more info, and I keep saying this because I did just launch the website, and I had talked about how that was going to come in the near future. I had just been working on the setup and the layout for it. So it is a Patreon that I just launched yesterday. It's a cycle tracker as well as option strategy ideas. Right, never financial advice, but it is what I'm basically tracking and how I do all this stuff. The major volatility signals for many stocks. I will be adding 3 stocks in the afternoon today. And I will be adding 2 more strategies that I'm looking for in the near term. When I come up with these option strategies, guys, they are, I'm not just going to post, every single day, multiple option strategies, because with options, you have to look at the right opportunity to go in on a certain play, and, go through with that play, right? You don't wanna just pick an option and then there's a lot of different people, and there's nothing wrong with this. Like if you're doing your thing and you're making money, great. But there are people that post stuff like that every single day, and I think with options, you do need to have a long-term strategy and a short-term strategy if you're going in on those high volatility plays, which is something I do a lot here with not only AMC but just the market. I wait for high volatility plays because that is where you make the most amount of money. So I do have that on there if you want to check that out, and support the channel as well. That is a way to support the channel if you guys want to do that, right? You never feel compelled or anything, but it is a way to do it. And yeah, just check it out, man. It's on the Patreon, the link below. Leave it up to you guys. Thank you for that like trading momentum. Thank you, man. Ooh, Okay, SPY going down. What is good, man? Okay, all right, dude. SPY is going below 3. So it's at 374.77. Um, we're still going to be tracking this range. If it does cross below, like, and we're talking, if this is not a double bottom right here, there is going to be a different level, guys, after that, and it's probably not going to be a good one. So, but again, look at this. AMC is just chilling here. It's not doing anything. This is not affecting AMC. In fact, AMC looking to go up right now. Like, what's good, man? So, yeah, this it's either going to be a double bottom here, guys, or we are going to dip a little bit more. But the range you want to track is going to be 374. I'd say maybe 372 around there is going to be my bottom. But if it does continue to go, past that, we go into the 60s, I'd be, considering something else here for the SPY because, or the market, right? Because there's definitely another agenda that these guys want to track. But there's a nice bounce we're getting right here. It is 231. See if this starts to climb back up. I'm going to say 234, typically after a downtrend, is where you see a reversal. So maybe here in the next 2-3 minutes, we might start to climb back up. Okay. There we go. A little bit of jazz, baby. A little bit of jazz. Okay, let's go back real quick. I'll track one thing here. This is the cycle tracker. We're gonna do it on the 2 hour or on the 3 hour. That's when I do it. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. All right. So on the 3 hour time frame from this range, we are currently we have signals, and you can track this on multiple time frames. I'm using the 3 hour again for this, but it would be right around this range. You could see right here, February 9th. And what happens after that, guys? There's a rippy rip. It's right here, okay? And we're currently right here. Almost the setup looks very similar too. But if we're like right, yeah, like right around here, we got, yeah, dude. This is a, I guess, one way to look at it too. When we are tracking these signals, if we start to get a push up here, man, after hours or something, the SPY just get that double bottom, bro. Confirm that shit. Okay, 3 minutes later, it is 235. Are we gonna get that push up here? Is this gonna be that confirmation double bottom? Like, let's be done with it, right? Like, no more downside. Come on, keep going. Yeah, volume is increasing. Okay. All right, there goes the SPY. Come on, man. Move. Push up. No more. Let's just say 374 is what it is. Call it a day. Call it a month, man. A week. Whatever. Just keep going up. There we go. There we go. All right. That is what I'm talking about. Isn't it crazy how these little time frames actually play out, man? 205 back here, 214 right here, and then 235 right here. Everything else in between is just sideways or a continuing trend to downside or upside. Oh, man. There she goes. There she goes. Bro, what if like the SPY just ripped to like 380 right now? Oh man, oh man. The music, oh, the rally music. Well, when AMC starts to climb, dude, we are gonna get that rally music in here. For sure. 1000%. Okay, Amy. It's weird that Amy's just kind of barcoding right now. Well, it's not that weird because we know that the algorithm is working hard right now to maintain the price action how it wants to. However it wants to. Oh man. So it does look like we are going to be around this zone, guys, but we are looking to start climbing in the next couple of days. If you guys saw that weekly scenario, go click on the website. It was calling for the $11 level dip early on, and then the following day, so tomorrow, going into possibly Thursday, we would start to see a climb here on Amy before taking a small breather again, setting up for next week, which is expected to be the major volatility zone on the cycle tracker, right? So it should be a good week. it should be a nice percentage return, in my opinion, here. If you know, with options, if people do options. I just posted that strategy again on the Patreon if you want to check it out on the link below. But I will be trying to work on a video later tonight, and hopefully I'll have that out either tomorrow in the morning or later tonight. Okay, guys? We are going to cut the stream here, but I will see you guys in the short term. All right, man? You guys take care, man. Amy's looking good. Everything is playing out nicely so far. So we are tracking very nicely the cycle. Alrighty? You guys take care, all right, man? Bye-bye.